them the access. But in the second mode, which is the access control mode, the device will check the temperature, will check the mask. In addition to this, the device will make sure that the person trying to access your building is already registered. Now let's talk about the scenario number 3. In many places, it may happen that you do not have the appropriate place to put the floor mounting device. So what you can do is you can use our tabletop mounting device, and you can mount our terminal directly on the tabletop. So put this device on the table using a tabletop, and you can give the access to the people. Again, you are free to use the only temperature mode or even the access control mode. So this is configurable on the terminal itself. Now we at Hikvision, we always try our best to integrate all our products into a single platform. So as you may be aware, for all our temperature screening cameras, we are using IVMS 4200. So here also you can use our IVMS 4200 platform to access this terminal, to have the access logs, to allow the access to the people, to do the configuration. All these can be done from our IVMS 4200 free software. In addition to this, if for some premises you have a customer who is requesting you to use a terminal or an indoor screen, which is this screen can be mounted near the security person, and he can see from this screen if the person entering into the premises is having a normal temperature or the abnormal temperature. In addition to this, we have a very nice feature on this terminal which can be used for the function of intercom. So if suppose you have intercom based screen inside your office and anybody come to your office premises and he is not registered and you are using this terminal for access control function, so he can call the indoor screen from this device and you can talk to him and allow him the access into your premises. So this device, to summarize, it supports temperature screening, it supports mask recognition, it supports for you the access control function, and addition to this, it also supports the intercom function. So now let's see a short video for this device. So now, first of all, I would like to show you how is the interface of this device. So as you can see here, the interface is very clear. So here you can see the person whose temperature is detected, his face will be recognized. Even if he is wearing the mask, his face can be easily recognized. You will see if his temperature is normal or abnormal. And so now, first of all, I would like to show you how is the interface of not pre-registered into our system. Then the system will show you red color alarm, and it also can generate different type of alarms on your software. Now this is the indoor screen. We have a special type of screen which can be connected to this device, and as you can see, it shows the temperature and the person's face along with the timestamp. Now I would like to give you some details about the product which we have for the temperature screening Minmoe terminals. So we have two kinds of products. We have the professional product and we have the economic model. Now, what is the main difference that we have to consider when we are talking about the professional and the economic model? So for example, this professional model, it supports also the black body. Now, what is the main need for the black body? So this terminals comes up with the accuracy of 0.5 degrees Celsius. So as you can see here, the temperature which will be detected by this terminals will have the variation of plus or minus 0.5 degrees Celsius. Now, some customers might ask you that, okay, this 0.5 degrees Celsius is good, but I want it to be much better than this. So in that case, you can suggest to our customers to use the professional model and also use the black body in addition to this terminal. So once you make use of the black body, then the temperature accuracy can be further improved from 0.5 to 0.3 degrees Celsius. So as you can see here, the temperature accuracy with the professional model can be increased from 0.5 to 0.3 degrees Celsius using a black body. Whereas if you use the economic model, this model currently does not support the black body. So this is the main important difference. Now let's talk about the second difference. So if you see this terminal, it can support the detection of the person's face from a distance of 0.3 up to 2 meters. Whereas this terminal can reach up to 1.5 to 1.8 meters as maximum. The third important difference is number of the faces. So as you can see here, the number of faces is here 50,000 faces can be registered on this device, whereas this device can support up to 6,000 faces, which I think is quite good, fair enough for a small building. But if you have large premises and you have a lot of people coming, visitors especially, then you may go with this professional terminal. Now also this professional terminal can support the QR code authentication. Now this QR code authentication plays a very important role when it comes to registering the visitors. So if you have some visitor who is coming to your premises and he does a pre-registration, so if this device supports the QR code, you can just give him this QR code, and when he comes, he can show the QR code and get the access. So you will not have unnecessary hassle of receiving this person, opening the door manually for this visitor of yours. So I would always suggest to go with the professional model wherein you would like to make use of the access control function for the visitors. Now let's see some other highlighted features of our professional terminal. So firstly, this terminal comes with the 7-inch screen. Now what can be the main benefit of this 7-inch screen is that this device comes up with a thermographic technology. Now when we use the thermographic technology, the whole screen is able to detect the person's face, and it is not necessary that the person's face need to be limited in a specific area of the screen. The whole screen can trace the person and can detect his temperature. So if you have a big screen, you will have wider coverage of the person's face. So he don't need to adjust himself into a specific area to get detected. So this is the benefit of 7-inch screen along with the thermographic technology. Secondly, this terminal can detect the face from a far off distance of up to 2 meters. So this is an advantage, and this is the main reason we call it as a touch-free temperature screening device. Now the third important benefit is, of course, it has a wide temperature range from 30 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius, which is fair enough for detecting the temperature of the human skin. As far as accuracy is concerned, as I mentioned earlier, it is 0.5 by default, but can be improved further using a black body. For the installation, again, we have a good flexibility of wall mounting, floor mounting, and desktop mounting. In addition to this, this terminal also has a special feature for the mask detection. Now you can see here, it supports face mask wearing alert. You can do one thing, if you don't want anybody in your office to come without wearing the face mask. So you can put two types of authentication for opening the door. One is the temperature and the second one is the mask. And second option we have is, if you want the person to wear the mask, but if you don't want to make it compulsory for him, so you can just make a forced mask wearing alert, wherein if the person is not wearing the mask, so the terminal will give him a audible warning that please wear your face mask. So then the person, he can wear the face mask. So these are the two different functions which we have, different type of alerts we have for the face mask detection. Now let's talk about some of the features of our economic terminal. So as I mentioned earlier, this economic terminal also comes with 7 inches screen, and it also supports the thermographic technology. So here again, you don't need to adjust your face to be detected on this screen. The only main difference between these two is the accuracy can be further improved using the black body, which is done only in the professional case. And for mask detection, again, we have the similar features of wearing the mask and also just giving the mask alarm, a mask alert if somebody is not wearing the mask. Now the installation height for both these devices can vary from 1.4 to 1.9 meters, which is basically sufficient to cover the height of a normal human being. Now this is the screen. This screen supports the Android operating system. so you can have openness from the software perspective. It also supports the live view, so you can see exactly who is there at your door. Also, it can support the opening and unlocking and the locking of the door. It can have the alarm, which is giving you the alarm in case if somebody has an abnormal temperature, so you can see the alarm. And also it can support the built-in 32 GB storage with the memory card, which can be used to store the people faces and can record up to 1000 records. Now, as you can see, this is the image of our tabletop. So you can use the tabletop and mount these terminals on the tabletop and can easily install it within a couple of minutes. It does not require a very high-end infrastructure or a lot of civil work or wiring work. That's why we can just make use of this tabletop and put this device on the table and easily deploy it. So the system is very easily deployable. This is the floor mounting floor mount which we have, and this floor mount can be adjusted. So depending on the person's height, you can adjust. We can set the angle. So as you can see here, we have the different angles that can be adjusted for this floor mount. Now let's try to understand the basic difference between the thermopile technology and thermographic technology. So I would like to play a short video and then give you more details about the two technologies in detail in my upcoming slide. So now let me give you a brief idea about the differences between the thermopile technology and thermographic technology. Now, why I'm trying to give you the difference between these two technologies is because of the fact that there are certain products available on the market and they are using the thermopile technology. Whereas Hikvision devices, we are using the thermographic technology. Now, the main difference comes from the resolution. And as you can see, the detection distance also varies for both the technologies. Now, apart from these two main differences, the biggest difference which you can see from the thermopile and thermographic technology is that in the video you might have noticed that in the thermopile technology devices, we have a small area and which has a kind of a face mark available on the screen. So when you are talking about the thermopile technology, the person, he need to adjust his face within this area on the screen. So you cannot make use of the whole 7-inch screen. So if you have a very limited area in which you have to adjust yourself for to get your temperature detected. But whereas in Hikvision, we are using the thermographic technology, wherein you do not need to adjust your face on the screen. The whole screen can detect the face and can detect your temperature. So here you can see these are the main star points which are there in the thermographic technology. So the first one is the bigger measurement scale. So you are not limited to a specific area of the screen to detect your temperature. The second one is the AI algorithm. So as you can see here, AI algorithm is basically because of the fact that we in Hikvision, we have all type of devices to detect the face, to detect the mask. We have different type of AI algorithms. So the accuracy of detecting the face and the mask is much higher when it comes to the thermographic technology compared to the thermopile technology. And lastly, it's the high accuracy and also the efficiency of the temperature. So the temperature values are much better in case of thermographic technology and much closer to the real values. Now, one important thing, if you are using a device with thermopile technology, it may be important that you need to ask someone from your team to stand and tell the people to focus or to make or to adjust their face into a specific area on the screen. But here, if you use thermographic, you don't need any human intervention. If you have any person with high temperature, definitely the system will not allow him to enter the premises. Now, these are the model numbers which we have for different terminals. So this is our professional terminal, wherein the model number is DSK1T671. And this is our economic terminal with the model number K1T A70MI-T. So as you can see here, the features both are having the same, except for here we have the QR code function and also the option to connect the black body. These are the different type of mounts which you can use depending upon your project application or the requirement from your customer. And this screen also is an optional. If you don't want to use this screen, it's okay. You can also use our IVMS 4200 with the software. And it does not matter without using this screen. Also, you can directly authenticate the person's face from the screen from our terminal itself. So what can be the different application scenarios? So it can be used for the office entrances. It can be used for the building entrances. As I mentioned, it can sometimes be used also for some mall entrances, can be used for the school entrances, and can be used for different type of entrances wherein the people come one by one. If you have a large number of people entering into the premises and you don't have the control over number of people entering into these premises, then you may use our cameras wherein you can detect up to 30 people at the same time. But if you want to detect person one by one, then our access control terminals, Minmoe terminals, they are the perfect application, have the perfect application and also is a perfect solution for your project requirements. So that's it from my side regarding the Minmoe. I would like to switch over to my colleague, Ken, and he will show us the live demo of these devices. Hello, Ken, are you with us?
Hello, Kipso.
Yes, you can proceed for the POC for our customers.
Hello, Kipso. Can you hear me?
Yes, Ken, we can hear you.
Okay. Yes. Hello, everyone. Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Hello, everyone. Yes. Okay. Yes, this is Ken, and nice to meet you again. And today we are going to show you a Minmoe POC for you. As we can see, today I installed one professional Minmoe installed in one tripod. As we can see here, we have the different we have the screen, and also we have the thermometer built inside. So also we can see from the connection is very simple. So if, for example, you have any just like the access control dysfunction, you need this function. Anyone go into this region, you want to open the gate, then we can use access control mode. And also our Minmoe terminal, it can support a time attendance. So it's very easy to use this one. You just need to give the power to the Minmoe, and after that, then you use the one network cable to connect to your control room. So now today we are going to test all the function one by one. Okay. Yes. Yes. So in order to make sure you can see the screen more clear, so I will zoom in, then you can see the screen. So before the POC, before all the testing scenario, let me introduce one by one. Firstly, we will test the temperature, which it means that when the temperature is normal, it can open the gate. And the second, then when the temperature is abnormal, then it won't any people to go into the region. And then secondly, we will show the temperature mask. We will temperature and mask, which it means that if these people his temperature is normal, and also he must to wearing the mask so that the terminal can allow him to go into this region. And thirdly, as Gibson mentioned before, our camera or terminal, it can support temperature, mask, and also it can support face recognition. So we will test this function, and after that, then we will use the time attendance mode, which it means that so we can get the report. Especially this function is very useful for your human resources department. And after that, we will export the report for all the people for you and to see what's the contents inside the report. Okay, now let's test one by one. Hello? Hello, Mr. Hudson. Can you say hello to everyone? Yes, can you mostly hear? Okay, now firstly, we will test the first scenario, the temperature. So, Hudson, and then you can. Yes, as we can see from here, we can see the color is blue. We can see the screen, the LED screen, the temperature already showed in here. And also it will show authentication. It means that these people temperature is normal, and then he is allowed to go into this region. And nextly, we were asking if any people his temperature is normal, what will happen? So I asked him to use one hot water to increase this surface to see. And then you can see, yes, you hide the screen. As we can see here, if his temperature is normal, and then you can see the LED screen will be the red color, which it means that his temperature is normal. The terminal not allowed him to go into the this region. So this is the normal temperature. And nextly we will test about a temperature and mask detection. So let's see, Mr. Hudson, right now he is enable the mask detection function. As we know, some of the company, they need to ask all the employee to wearing the mask, and then they can go into their office. So right now we are enable the mask detection. Yes, okay. Now right now, Mr. Hudson is wearing his mask. So can you more clear? Yes, as we can see here, we can show his temperature on the screen is 37.0 degree or 36.8. And also he is wearing his mask, which it means that this terminal allows him to go inside. Okay, if Mr. Hudson is remove his mask, let's see what will happen. Right, a little bit, no. As we can see, the screen color, it changed to yellow. It changed to yellow, and also the terminal, they have already built a microphone and speaker. Then the speaker, he say, please wearing your mask. So until these people wearing their mask, and then the terminal can allow him to go into this region. So try again. Yes. Right now he is wearing his mask. And then you can see his color become to blue. And also give the authentication to go into the office. So this is mask detection and temperature detection. So next stage, as we said before, the terminal, it can support face recognition. So this is really very useful, especially some region is very strict. So we suggest that they will use the face recognition. So let's see. Okay, now Mr. Hudson, as we can see before here, in order to make sure you can see it more clear, then I enlarge the screen. Wait. As we can see here, they have at the left corner of the LED screen, we can see the original picture of the Mr. Hudson. Actually, we already send the storage his original face in the terminal. So even Mr. Hudson, he is wearing his mask, and our terminal can still recognize, yes, this guy belongs, he is Hudson. So this is one. And if Mr. Hudson, he's wearing his mask, no, right now he's wearing, if he remove his mask, Mr. Hudson, and then what will happen? Okay, a little bit. You can see this terminal, the color will become to yellow color, which it means that the terminal can recognize his face, but he are not allowed to go inside because he need to wearing his mask. So right now, put your mask on. Hudson, put your mask, and then the color it will change to blue. And then authentication, it means that he are allowed to go inside this region. Okay, and if any people, yes, employee, they will say, okay, face recognition is fine, mask is fine, but the temperature is abnormal. What will happen? So right now, Mr. Hudson, put the hot water on your skin to test it. Yes, as we can more clear. More close. All right. You can see the color it changed to yellow, but the color it changed to red, which it means that his temperature is abnormal. So this function is very useful for you to make sure all the people, it belongs to your employee, and his temperature is normal, and also he need to wearing his mask. Then the terminal can allow him to go into their office. So this is the first thing. And second, and next part I just told you before, our terminal, it can not only support access control, it means that it can make the linkage to open the gate or not. And also it can support time attendance. Yes. So right now, Mr. Hudson, please enable the time attendance function. Okay, now Mr. Hudson, he already enabled the time attendance function. As we can see from the screen, yes, please. We can see they have some different icons. For example, the first one is check-in, and the second one is check-out, and they have a lunch break, and also this one. So this is compared with the original this one. It means that access control mode. Right now we plus time attendance function. So you can use this one as a time attendance terminal. Then you can choose, for example, I choose time out. It means go ahead, 再继续，然后你再去试一下 yes. And then it means the time out. And then also his time, Mr. Hudson, at this time, his time of duty. And then also let's see, is there any record or software? Let me show it to you. Okay. You 那边可以看到我的屏幕吗？ Sorry. Now I go to event center, and then I can see. Okay, now Mr. Hudson, can you try again to? And then you can see here we make one record, and Mr. Hudson, he is make a face authentication wrist, and then also his temperature is this one. And also we can see all this record, we can make it as a time attendance. So you can see here. After he make a time attendance, we can also capture his picture. And also we can make sure these people is belong to Hudson. So we will have evidence for him. And also we can export the report. We can export here. Event search, and then we can choose Minmoe, and then device access control Minmoe, and then also show the more, and then I choose Mr. Hudson's time attendance. People choose Mr. Hudson, and then search. Yes. Oh, this one I need to choose all. Search. Now you can see all his Mr. Hudson. His temperature is this one, and then capture his original picture, capture picture, and also his temperature will be shown in here. So we can export all, and then export as for example, we can use only we can save in the past my desktop, and then we can save this one time attendance. So, because they have some issue on my keyboard, so I cannot input the name of the export report. So, but you can during your real scenario, you can export this one as a CSV files to storage at your desk at your PC. So we can use as a time attendance file. This is the okay, and then Mr. Hudson, and then here all this function will be including the report. For example, face recognition. Mr. Hudson, his temperature is this one. His temperature, you can this one. His full name is a normal temperature. And event time, and by use Minmoe, and which they go into the entrance card reader one, and all the record will be shown in here. You just need to fill which function you want or which information you want, and then you can use it. So this is the report. Let's go back. Okay, now we can make a conclusion about a testing scenario. Actually, we test a different scenario as we showed you before. We can see from here, for example, well, let's make a conclusion. Authentication result, if his face is okay, mask is okay, temperature is okay. For the screen, I mean the LED screen, it will show the temperature and show his face. Show his face, show the temperature, and also authentication success. And also you can make a linkage to the major lock, and then you can open the gate. And also we can use as time attendance. If his face is okay and mask is okay, but temperature is abnormal, actually he is, because his function will be a normal temperature, and the door or access will be failed. It means that you can't, because your temperature is abnormal, we are not allowed to go inside this office. And also at the same time, we will mark attendance because we need to record this event. Okay, if his face is okay, but he didn't wearing his mask, and also his temperature is okay, we will give you recommend, and then the terminal will say, please wearing your mask, please wearing your mask. So the door won't allow him to go inside because he's not wearing his mask. And the mask, also we will give the time attendance result. But his face is okay, mask is not okay, temperature also fail. What's the result? Also same, because the temperature is more higher priority, which it means that any people, his temperature is abnormal, we are not allowed to go inside. And also, if maybe, for example, sometimes you have stranger going visit your office, it means that that you don't have the database of his face, so the face will be known. Even he's wearing his mask, his temperature is normal, but we are not allowed to go inside because he's a stranger. And also he will send message to the security guy. Please contact with your Please contact the security guard. Yes, this is we make a conclusion for you. Okay, now all the testing scenario is finished. So if you have any question, you can hold your hand, and then Mr. Okay, now you can. Okay, Mr. Hipso. Yes.
Hello, Ken. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Yes.
Okay, I will share my screen now for the metal detector, and then we can take up the question after the POC of the metal detector is done.
Okay.
So hello and welcome back, everyone. Now I would like to present you our metal detector solution, which is basically a solution for detecting the persons with metals as well as the temperature of the persons. So to start with, as I mentioned earlier, we always try to have a single platform for all our products. So here in the single line diagram, again, you can see that we have the metal detector. This metal detector can be directly connected with the PoE switch for the camera view to be visible on the platform. Now, these metal detectors can be used in multiple applications. For example, you can use it for the security applications in the airports. Also, for some malls, you might use it. So it can be used in different applications wherein the security of the premises is of most importance. And in addition to the security of the premises, for example, if you do not want anybody to carrying a metal equipment, for example, some harmful equipment like guns or some other things, then you can make use of these metal detectors. In addition to the metal detector, we at Hikvision, we have come up with a solution to use our thermal cameras, and this thermal camera can be directly connected to the screen which is integrated on this metal detector. So what will be the advantage that we will achieve from a complete product? So first thing is we will have the abnormal skin surface temperature detection. So if you don't want anybody with high temperature to enter into your premises, then definitely we can use this device. Second is the touch-free fast accessing. Now the camera which we use here with this metal detector is of 3 mm size, lens size, and it can detect the temperature of a person from a distance of up to 1.5 to 2 meters away. So you make sure that before the person enters into this premises, his temperature is being detected without touching him or without any physical contact with this person. Thirdly, it's very suitable for different type of applications. For example, one of the applications recently I came across one of our customers. He presented a video wherein he used the metal detector just before the main door of his building. So if this metal detector is used, he also want this main door to be locked in case if somebody has a high temperature. Otherwise, he want to keep this door open. So in that case, also you can trigger the inputs and outputs of this device and therefore connect the lock to it and can control this lock. And lastly, it can also save a lot of human cost because you don't need somebody to physically monitor the temperature of the people. Now the connection between this camera and the metal detector is using RS485 cable, which comes with the camera and the metal detector. So you just need to connect these devices and all the data related to the persons entering into the metal detector, and also the temperature of all these people will be visible on this screen. So as you can see here, we have a RS485 cable between the camera and the metal detector. If you have multiple metal detectors, you can connect all of these metal detectors to your network, and ultimately using our IVMS 4200 software or Hikvision software, you can have the centralized monitoring of all your buildings, all your premises, and all your doors. Also, if you want to do the recording of this camera, then you can use our I-series or K-series NVR, wherein if you use the I-series NVR, definitely you will have the alarm pop-up along with the recording. Whereas K-series will just give you the recording, which is the normal recording without any alarm pop-up for high temperatures. So let's see how the system actually works. So first of all, you have some person who is trying to access your premises. So he walks through this door. So we also call this metal detector as a walk-through detector. And if his temperature is found to be normal, then he is allowed to pass. The condition along with the normal temperature, of course, is the security of the premises, wherein you can set the sensitivity of the metal detectors which are there in this device. And if the person is carrying very high metals, then of course he can be stopped. So you have two types of authentication, the temperature plus the metal. And if everything is normal, the person is allowed to pass through this door. If there is some issue with the temperature, then we always recommend to isolate these people with high temperature and then measure their temperature using a dedicated medical thermometer. And then ultimately you can verify the readings from the camera and the medical thermometer and make a decision whether to let this person pass through the door or no. So as you can see here from the camera, we can have two different type of videos. The first one is the normal video, which is the optical video, and the optical through the optical lens of the camera. And the second video is the thermal video, wherein you can get the thermal view of the lens from the thermal lens of the camera. Here on the metal detector, we have different type of indicators called the alarm. So if you have a person with abnormal temperature, so the alarm here will be different. So the light indicators are different. So the person or the security people who are monitoring this metal detector can make a decision whether this person has a high temperature or he is carrying some metal. So to differentiate between the high temperature and the metal, we have different type of audible and visual indicators, which my colleague Ken, he will again show us in the live POC. In addition to this, we also have this screen, which will give us different type of statistics related to the temperature, number of people passing through the door, how many people have abnormal temperature, and how many people have tried to carry the metal. So as you can see here, the main advantages, the first is the touch-free fast temperature screening. You don't need to wait for like a normal thermometer for a person's temperature to be detected. Here it's highly adaptable. It can be used for different scenarios. Since the size is very small, it can be fit in very small entrances also. So in places where you have difficulty of installing the cameras or the terminals or to place human resources, you may use just this kind of metal detectors. It's highly secured due to its possibility of detecting the metals. And lastly, it can be centrally monitored using our Hikvision or IVMS software. So this is the whole package. As you can see, the model number, it's ISD SMG 318LT-F. So this is the model number, and this is the model number of our thermal camera. I would like to show you a short video so you get more understanding of this product. So as you might see in this image, that the metal detector is not directly installed opposite to the main entrance. The reason is that because if you install this device directly opposite to the main door, the external sunlight might impact the temperature reading. So we always recommend to have the installation which is on the side, and the people coming from here, even if they have high temperature because of the external sunlight, then by the time they reach here, their temperature will reach normal and the temperature will be detected correctly. So please make sure that you install all our temperature screening products indoor, and also you make sure that the temperature screening devices are installed such that they are not facing the direct sunlight or the high temperature regions, in order to make sure that we have best temperature accuracy. So let's see some important features of this product. So the first feature, as you can see, I mentioned that we have a screen here, and this screen can give us different type of statistics. So what are the different type of statistics that it can give us is, first one, it can tell us how many people has passed through this door and through this metal walkthrough detector. The second thing is, it will tell us how many people were carrying the metals and how many alarms were generated by metals. The third reading it will give us is about the abnormal temperature or the normal temperature. So it will give us the temperature reading of the person who is trying to access through this door. And lastly, it will also show us how many people out of all the people had abnormal temperature. So basically we have 4 readings: the temperature reading with how many people with abnormal temperature, and the second one is related to how many people in total try to pass through this door and how many had the metal with them. The next one is, it's a modular design. So the device comes very easy to be installed from a pack. You have the 2 side frames and you have the middle frame. You just need to hook them up. You just need to connect them using the screws, which comes with a package. And ultimately for the power connection, you have the option to connect the power on the left side or the right side, depending upon your project premises. So you can connect the power either on the left or on the right side. There is a possibility on both the sides. In addition to this, there is a very small plate which comes on which you have to mount the camera and put it on the top so that it can detect the temperature of the people. In addition to this, on this metal detector, sometimes people may ask you that how many zones of metal detection are there on this device. So we have up to 18 zones. So if some person is trying to access through this device and he is carrying the metal in his legs area, so then the metal detection zone, which is here, it will give an alarm, and also the light around this area will turn on. So which can make the security person easily understand that there is some metal equipment available around the legs of this person. Accuracy, again, because we are using our thermal cameras, so the accuracy remains to be 0.5 degrees Celsius. If you want to further increase it, you may make use of our black body, and then you can improve it from 0.5 to 0.3 or 0.2 degrees Celsius. Now this is the resolution of the camera. For the thermal camera, we have the resolution of 160 by 120. Of course, as you can see here, we have 2 lenses. One is the thermal lens. The second one is the optical lens. The optical lens has a resolution of 4 megapixels.
والله هيك هندسة معلش المسافة اللي ما بين جهاز التعقيم وما بين الكاميرا اللي هو يعني الناس اللي طالعة من جهاز التعقيم على
strobe light. So if suppose some person has a high temperature, this strobe light will start to flash, and also this device will give the audible warning that the person has an abnormal temperature. So in this case, you do not need to use any external siren or external flashlight. Everything comes built in one single product. So this is the close up of the metal door detectors. So as you can see, this person is having a watch, which is a metal device. So here you can see the light is on, which shows that there is some metal equipment available around the hands. If he is carrying or if he is wearing this watch on the other side, so this light will turn on to show that there is a metal part available on the other hand. But when he has an abnormal temperature, the whole lights will turn on, which will help the security people understand whether this alarm is coming from the metal or from the temperature.
No problem, no problem.
Now again, this is the thermographic technology which we use in all our thermal cameras. So just to give you the brief understanding, as I mentioned, everything remains the same as our Minmoe terminal. So thermographic technology is the one which we are using for all our temperature screening products. Again, this is part of the data sheet. So as you can see here, we have the 4 mm lens, 4 megapixel camera for the visible light. So here, after the pandemic or even after the later on, if you want to use this metal detector with the camera, so you can use it for normal CCTV application. It will give you a very clear image because it has a 4 megapixel camera, and also it has a 4 mm lens which can cover a good area. So here you can note down the model number of these products. If you don't remember the model number, anytime feel free to contact our sales colleagues or we in technical team, and we can always assist you with the model numbers, and also give you the best solution for your project requirements. So these are the different application scenarios. Metal detectors can be, of course, used in airports. We do have some cases wherein our metal detectors are used in the airports. We can also use them for the school premises, which are very secure. We may use it for the shopping malls, because in many shopping malls, they use the normal metal detectors to make sure that the people are not carrying some dangerous equipment. So we can make use of metal detectors along with thermal cameras for the shopping mall entrances. And lastly, we can also use it for some hospitals, which are for some secured facilities. So let's have a look at some of the case studies. Our metal detectors are installed in Dubai International Airport, and I would like to show you a short video of it. So next, I would like to also show you that some of our thermal equipments are being used by the airports in the kingdom. So I would like to show you a short video for the Saudi Airlines. Also, our metal detectors are being used for a lot of projects in China, and globally, our products are already being used for temperature screening applications. So that's it from my side for now. I would like to shift to Kane, and he will show us the live POC of this product. And lastly, after we finish the POC, I would like to take up some questions, some of your concerns which you might have regarding today's webinar, and also about our different temperature screening solutions. So we would like to have a live chat session lastly after the POC is done. So Kane, you can take over now.
Yes, hello, Hikvision. Can you hear me?
Yes, Kane, we can hear you.
Okay. No. Okay, can you see my screen? Actually, I know you right now. I think you already have the basic knowledge of some metal detector though. So, but you maybe have some question about it. Here is a door. Is it difficult to installation? So maybe you have some concern about the installation. So right now, let me show you one short video so you can see how to install this one and how easy it is. Firstly, when we receive the package, then we can see here all the components already inside. So we can see from here, including the pen and also camera and also LED screen. But firstly, we will install the camera. And then we can see here, we just need to adjust the angle. And then install this one to the press key. then face the screw. And also metal detector door installation. We can see here they have left side and the right side. You just need to connect just like a bridge, connect to these two side panel. And then use the screwdriver Allen key to fix this one. After that, you can install the LED screen. And connect the cable. Including the power cable and the signal cable. And then put the cameras at the top of the gate. And then face this one. And connect the signal from the camera, contains temperature signal. After that, and then the installation is finished. And you just need to give the power to the metal detector door, and then adjust the camera's angle, and then it's finished. So as we can see, the door installation is very easy. Right now, let me give you a brief introduction about our gate. Yes. Yes. Hello, everyone. Yes, we can see from here. Then right now we already installed the gate in our partner's showroom. We can see here they have the LED screen to show the temperature, show the content status, and show the normal and show the alarm. And also here is the camera. And also we have different. We can see the side of the gate. We have different light. So I will introduce all the light, what it means during a testing scenario. Right now, I will ask my partner, Mr. Hudson, to go ahead. Okay. Our today's testing scenario will be by two tasks. Firstly, temperature, and then secondly, the abnormal temperature and temperature. Right now, Mr. Hudson, yes, can you stay here? Stay here. As we can see, Mr. Hudson, can you turn that side? Can you say hello to everyone? Yes. Right now, Mr. Hudson, he haven't carried any metal or even the watch or mobile phone in his hand. So let's see. Before the testing, we can see the color is the light of the door. The color is green, which it means that the door is ready for to detect the people. So right now, let's see. Okay, stop. As we can see here, before the color is green color. Right now, it changed to yellow color. Once it changed to yellow color, which it means that the door are working. It means that some people or some human being is there at the region. It means that he is working now. So after that, then we'll be finished. So because right now, Mr. Hudson, he haven't carried any metal in his hand. So right now, he will carry his mobile phone. Yes, Hudson, can you show your mobile phone? Well, let's see what will happen. 等一下，放一下，那个，等一下，你的手 ，OK， 没有听到，等一下，你那个，不是，等一下，a little， You just stay here. 把手靠近一点那个门。Yes, for example, here's so as we can see, once he passed, then you can see the light corner, the light at the gate. It will show the result, which it means that this right side, the light is red, which it means that the metal detector, it told that these people he carries some metal or dangerous things in his body, and the testing region is the right side. Let's test again. Now he changed to his left side. Then you can see here, the left side, the light is flashing, which it means that the left side of the gate, the people have carry some dangerous things, just like knife, other things. Okay, this is the metal detector. And after that, then we will test the temperature. In order to make sure you can see the screen more clear, so right now, I use a camera's smart function, 3D zooming, to see what will happen. So right now you can see the result. Okay, now Mr. Hudson, you stand here. Now his temperature is 36.5 or 36.6 degrees now. So the temperature is normal, and then the camera is silent. So then he passed, the color changed to red, orange color. And then if his temperature is abnormal, right now he will hold water. We can see here, right now and then his temperature is abnormal. 你就站在那里不要动 Don't move, you just need to stay here. Then the camera will show temperature is abnormal. Please double check. So let's see what's the temperature. Let me zoom in to see what's the temperature is here. And you can see his temperature is 38 and 38.1, which it means that his temperature is abnormal. So also the camera, it will give an alarm. Temperature is abnormal, and the light, it will show an alarm. So right now, so actually in this time, then the security guy won't not allow him to go inside. So this is a metal detector door. So let's make a conclusion. And actually, we test totally 4 scenarios. Firstly, without metal testing, and without metal, he didn't carry the metal during the testing. The light is orange, and when he carries his mobile phone, and then the light is changed to red color, and also the red color is show different side, different region. We can see if this region is left side, which means that these people left side carrying some dangerous things. And if the light in the right panel, it flash, which it means that the right side of these people have some dangerous things. And also we test the normal temperature testing. If his temperature is normal, normally, which it means that which it means then the gate allowed him, the security guard will allow him go inside. But if his temperature is abnormal, you can see all the light change to red color, and also the camera will give alarm. It is saying that temperature is abnormal. Please check. Temperature is abnormal. Please check. So this is a testing scenario. And lastly, as Hipso said, actually we already finished one successful case in Royal Guard in Cascade. So we can see from here. And also we installed this is metal detector door in Dubai Airport. Okay. Now, thank you. Now let's share the screen for Hipso. Maybe if you have any question, you can hold your hand, and then Hipso will answer the questions. Yes, Hipso?
You can. So now let's have some question and answers. So those of you who have questions, you can just press the raise hand button, and I'll try my best to take up your questions. Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me? This is Mohammed Musa from Dynamics Company. Actually, I have 3 questions, if you don't mind. Actually, I want to thank you first for all your efforts and appreciate what you are doing. The first question, because I haven't seen all the feeds because I haven't received a lot of calls. The face recognition with the mask can be like a saved database in your system, or it will be like an estimating your face picture.
Actually, sir, we have 2 different modes. Okay, the first mode is temperature only mode. So any person he comes, his face will be detected, and depending on his temperature. So it's actually based on the face temperature, not the face recognition. Just his face will be detected, and his temperature will be detected. And if his temperature is within the limit, he can pass. The second mode is for access control. Access control means it's face recognition. So you have to have the database and save the picture of the people who is going to be allowed in this building or in your office. And then when this person comes, his face will be recognized, compared with the database, and the door will be opened or closed, depending on the comparison result.
So for the access control, if there is like a twin, he will recognize both of them, or he will recognize only one as one?
Actually, it depends on the image. So what do we suggest is, if you have a face which is very much equivalent to each other, okay, so you can read this face from the terminal itself. So we have 2 modes to register the face. One is you use the terminal itself to register the face, and the second option is we have an external local terminal. So if you use the terminal itself, we have a very good accuracy for the face recognition.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer. The second question, if you don't mind, I noticed in the live video there is some small lag. I don't know if he is in the local network or you are far away from him.
Actually, we are far from each other. We are remotely located between each other.
Great, it's a great actually feed. My last and third question, I noticed when he entered the gate, the phone he was holding it in his hand. But what about if he put it inside the bag or inside his pocket? Will it be detected?
Matter. It does not matter. It will be detected, sir.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Welcome. So any more questions? If anybody is having questions, please feel free. You can just raise your hand and I will allow you to go ahead with your questions. Yes, Mr. Jamil.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, this is Jamil Al-Mani from Arabian Security. My question regarding the outdoor solutions. We have many customers asking for some solutions for outdoor use. For example, like any thermal camera or any thermal terminal. Do you have anything for outdoor use?
Actually, no. We don't have this outdoor terminals. The reason is that outdoor temperature will affect the temperature reading. So if you have in outdoor scenario something which is covered and the outdoor temperature itself is less than 35 degrees, maybe we can make use of our devices. But totally in the outdoor open environment, we don't recommend this device.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Yes, Mr. Amin.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you, brother? Fine?
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Actually, I would just want to ask you how we can get you on this presentation.
We will send you the presentation, and also the meeting is recorded. So it will be sent to you by the email. So whatever email you registered for this meeting, so same email you will receive the presentation and all the details.
Because previously I remember I met you in this intersect, but I never got your presentation, which was promised by you.
This meeting you will receive it surely.
What about the previous one?
You can send me email. Already, I think one of my colleagues shared my email with you. So you can send me the email, and whatever you need, we can send you by email.
So you will send me your email also, inshallah?
Yes, my colleague, he has shared my email with you. I can see that in the chat window, he has shared my email.
Thank you, brother.
Okay. Sorry, sir, your voice is not clear. Can you?
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Sayyid.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum. Yes, Mr. Hifzul, actually, if you need to use this system, this metal detector and this thermal camera in a school, so but in school, the students or the staffs, they can carry the metals like watch and other things. So how we can disable these metal things? Detection
yes, we can reduce the sensitivity and it can be disabled. Also for school, maybe you can go with our terminals wherein you just recognize the face and allow them. So you can use the terminal. Also we have for schools another option wherein a lot of students will come in the building. So you can use our normal cameras on the tripod and they can be used for detecting the temperature and
so we have this nice ridge NVR. So we can integrate this camera with that NVR.
Yes. All our cameras, they are integrable with the NVRs.
All right. And okay. Thank you, Mr.
Yes, Mr. Abdullah Farooq.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
I just have a question that is your camera can able to detect those distance between two people, like to establish the social distancing issue. I just saw in some clips that there are AIs to have such solution, like distance between two people or measured through camera itself when the social distance became it's
yes, I got your point, sir.
Yeah,
I got your point.
Yeah, is your camera have those solution with you, or you can able to feed an AI in this regard?
Yes, actually we have a special type of cameras, okay, which will do the two functions, which is people counting, and also the same camera can be used with a special angle mount for social distance measuring. So on the camera, we can define that the distance between two people, if it is less than 1 meter, it should generate an alarm. So we do have this solution. Maybe in the upcoming webinars, we can show you this solution, or you can drop us an email through our contact person, through our sales representative, and we can send you this solution. We do have the solution for people counting as well as social distancing. Both is available.
Mm-hmm. Can it be in your solution? Can it be suitable for a huge crowd, like in shopping malls? If you install, it will be. Can it able to detect a huge crowd of data?
Actually, there is a detection area. If this huge crowd is within the detection area and the distance between two people is less than 1 meter, definitely it can be used.
Okay. Thank you, Mr.
Welcome. Hello. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello. Now, how many players you install this system in Saudi Arabia?
Actually, we have a lot of products because we have different type of products. For cameras, we have a lot of references. We can send you the link of our references, which are the big references. For example, one of our references, Prophet's Mosque in Medina. We have installed it in airport, as I showed you in one of the videos. It's installed by the Saudi Airlines in that airport terminals. We have it installed for many government premises, many MOH facilities. So we have a lot of projects where we have installed our products. Already it's been like 3 months or more where our products are being used in the market for temperature screening.
Okay, thank you.
We do have a list of our products, our project references. We can share with you through email this list of our project.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. You have any more questions, Mr. Ravi?
Yes, yes. You are
Yes.
in Indian this one, India?
Sorry, again?
India dealers this one?
Yes, we do have our branch in India, Hikvision India. Maybe in the chat window, my colleagues can assist you for this because it's a separate unit. We are in Saudi Arabia is a separate unit under MENA business unit. And
I am working in Saudi Arabia. Now I am in India. Okay.
Yes, we do have our distributors and our branches in India.
Okay, can I chat with you? Thank you.
السلام عليكم.
Walaikum assalam.
I have a question regarding of black body. What is the purpose of black body, and what are the devices are supported with black body in terms of metal detector, in terms of cameras and metal detector?
Okay, sir. The black body basically is like a reference calibrator. Okay, so whenever you place this black body in front of the camera, so it will act as a reference point for the camera to make itself aware of the environment temperature. So basically, we use this black body to improve the accuracy of the camera from 0.5 to 0.2 or 0.3 degrees Celsius. Now, this black body can be used with multiple products. For example, we can use it with our cameras. We can also use it with our terminals, which is the access control terminals. And with the metal detector, we are using again the camera. So definitely we can use the black body. It cannot be used only with one device, which is our economic access control terminal, which I just showed you in the first half of my presentation. So with economic model, you cannot use, but otherwise, even for the professional terminal, which is the face recognition and temperature screening terminal, we can use the black body. So it can be used by almost all our products.
Okay, what about the handle model? Does not support, right? The handle model.
Actually, for handheld model, we basically use it this one to check the maximum temperature area. So there is no need for this because handheld will not give you the temperature of the specific person. It will give you the maximum temperature point.
Okay, خلاص. شكرا.
Hello. Hello.
Sorry, sir. I mean, I said thank you very much. I'm sorry about that.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, sorry.
Hello, Mr. Fahad. You can unmute your mic. I already have unmuted you from here. Hello. Yes, Mr. Fahad.
Yeah, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, fine.
Alhamdulillah. Regarding the device, if I have the old time, I don't know, maybe ZK or something, or any device we have in the customer, can we make can this device support it together to make take all the data or everything?
Actually, we have option to connect this device. If you have a ZK controller, then we have a weekend output from this device, which can be used to integrate with the third-party controllers. If you don't have the ZK controller and you have some third-party software, for example, ERP software or something, so we can do SQL integration. So by SQL, we can synchronize the database from our software and the third-party database. So both will be synchronized and you can do the integration. So it depends on the project, but yes, of course, we have different possibilities.
Regarding the device, can I put this device for many branch like what we have, like the customer you have branch in the Jeddah or the MAM, or make access control or sensoring for temporary or something like that?
Yes, of course. You can do the installation in different branches, use our Hikvision professional software, and do centralized monitoring for all the devices from the headquarters or from the main head office.
The same device you have this programs, right?
Yes, same device, but you need to use a separate software called Hikvision professional software.
Yeah, Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. So do we have any more questions from any of the customers? Hello? Yes, Mr. Hanafi.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum. Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, thank you for the informative presentation. I just want to ask you, let's assume if we have a customer who has an existing traditional Hikvision surveillance cam with an existing MVR. He can use the same MVR to be integrated with, if he want to add this thermal camera, it can be integrated with an existing MVR, or we have to use a special MVR for this thermal camera.
Okay, sir. Actually, we have two different type of models for the NVR. Okay. So if this customer has a K series NVR, then he can use the same NVR and connect the camera, and then he can just do the recording on this K series NVR. And if he is using the I series NVR, what by I series and K series I mean, in the end of the model number you will see the letter I and the K. Okay. So if he is having the I series, he can use the camera and also can have two functions, recording plus the pop-up for the alarm. So yes, any of the NVRs, we can use it to connect with our thermal cameras. Existing NVRs can be used to connect to our thermal cameras. It's not a problem.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Yes, Mr. Ahmed.
Hello, Mr. Afzul. How are you?
Fine, alhamdulillah.
Thank you for your information. Sorry, I missed some parts of your training because I'm driving now. I need to ask for laptop connection.
Yes.
If I need to connect to laptop connection, where I can save my records on laptop?
In the IVMS 4200, you will get all the records.
Okay, on the local drive, yes?
Yes, you can do. You can use your laptop as a local storage.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Afzul.
Welcome. So do we have any more questions from any of the guests here?
Yes. Hi again. I have one more question, please.
Yes, sir.
We installed this thermal camera in our company. Actually, we noticed. I just want to make sure if this is normal or not. We noticed we fix it totally indoor, but it's facing the outside door. يعني it's totally inside, but it's away from the door 2 or 3 meters or more than that. But it's facing the door, so it's facing the sunlight source. We noticed that anybody comes, even with a normal service scan service temperature, it gives an alarm for high temperature because it's facing the door. Once we just tilt it around, it becomes normal. So this is normal. This is the case, even if it's indoor.
Yes, sir, it's normal. The reason is that thermal camera actually works based on the radiation principle. So if you are facing it directly towards the outdoor, okay, so from the outdoor, because of the sunlight and all, there is a lot of radiation of heat. So it will detect this heat. Also, if you face it directly towards the outdoor, whenever the person comes from the sunlight, its temperature will be naturally high. So it will give you the false alarm. So the best suggestion I showed in one of the videos, I just paused and showed it, that it's better to install it on the side. To avoid the direct sunlight is always the best option.
I see. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Yes, Mr. Sayed.
Yes, hello. Yeah, just actually I want to know the accuracy. What does it mean 0.3 and 0.5? So, is it the temperature will be decreased or increased to be 0.5 to 0.3?
Yes, actually by temperature accuracy, what we means is if your body temperature recognized by the camera is 36, okay, so it is possible that your actual temperature is 35.5 or 36.5. So the variation is plus or minus 0.5 degrees Celsius between the actual and the measured temperature. So if you use the black body, this variation will reduce from 0.5 degrees Celsius to 0.3 degrees Celsius, plus or minus.
Okay, for the black body, we don't want any, like the connection of network or anything, just we need the power, right?
Yes, there is no physical connection between the black body and the camera.
Yeah, and the camera. Just we need to require the power
Yes.
and safe to that area.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. I have another question I forgot to ask. Regarding for access control, does it support magnetic lock? I have two questions. I'm sorry, by the way. Does it support, first question, does it support magnetic lock and push button? The second question, what are the cards are supported with access control? I mean, does it support HID model or what?
Okay. First question, yes, for both. It can support the magnetic lock as well as push button. The second question, it supports MyFair card. For the MyFair, there is two frequencies. It's 125 megahertz, and also we have 1.3 gigahertz. So there are two frequencies. So it supports MyFair cards. Basically, the technology supported is the MyFair cards.
For both access control, right?
Sorry?
For two model access control for.
Yes. For almost all our access controls, we support all MyFair cards. We support usually for almost all our access control, even if it's not from the temperature screening, it supports MyFair cards.
Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome, sir. Yes, Mr. Anil.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Sir, existing we have one NVR, means 7616 NK2 series.
Okay.
This NVR will be supported for in our new system.
Yes, you can use this K2 NVR with our thermal cameras. It's okay. It can support. For the recording, it can support.
It will be working very well, sir.
Sorry?
It will be working very well.
Yes, you can do the recording. Recording function can be supported.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, welcome, sir. Yes, Mr. Said.
Yeah, Mr. Hifzul. This in the recording, can we get the temperature as well?
Well, in the live feed, you will get the temperature.
Yes, temperature live.
Yes. I series, if you use the I series NVR, you will get the pop-up. But if you are using the K series, in the recording, you can see the video, you can see the temperature values on the video itself.
Video itself. Yes, yes. Okay, thank you.
Welcome. So, any more questions? So, if no more questions, we will end up today's session. I'd like to thank you all again for attending today's session, and I hope all of you stay healthy and stay safe. Thank you again for joining this session. Thank you. Goodbye. Sorry, I guess some participants have some questions.
Race